Okay. So Rankine's theory for inclined backfills. Inclined backfill. That is, suppose retaining wall is like this. This is the backfill material. It is like this. Retaining wall. See, the backfill is not top horizontal. It is having some inclination. I inclination is there. Okay. So how to find total thrust on the wall, total active thrust on the wall or passive thrust on the wall? How to find? We will see. So C is 0, pi some value is there, gamma is there, means how to find active thrust. So that is our interest here. How to find active earth pressure or passive earth pressure on the wall. Okay. So to understand that, some more circle concepts we need to understand. Okay. That is, suppose if you take a soil element like this. Suppose this is one element. On this element, let us assume this is sigma x stress. This is sigma y stress, something like this. Then for this, more circle we can draw. So for this system of stresses, we can draw a more circle. More circle will be like this. Of course, it is like this. So here, this is normal stress and let us assume it is shear stress. Okay. Suppose on this plane, okay, here I will mark. So this point is representing sigma x, and this point is representing sigma y, major principal stress and minor principal stress. Then see on this plane, suppose on this plane, let us assume normal stress and shear stress are like this. Suppose this is normal stress and this is shear stress. Okay, shear stress on this plane. This plane is theta degrees with sigma x. Okay, sigma x plane. This plane is theta degrees. How to represent here in Mohr circle that sigma n and tau means? So let us assume this is the center of the Mohr circle, and now the angle made here must be 2 theta here. This we can learn in detail in Shraddha material actually. So here 2 theta angle. So the point, suppose this is the origin, means the point here represents normal stress and shear stress, this one. Okay. So mind it here, the angle here in system of stresses here theta clockwise we are taking, but here we are taking anti-clockwise. That is for sign convention, nothing to worry. So sigma and tau, that point represents normal stress and shear stress. And suppose if you join this from here to here, obviously that angle is now, this will be theta. Okay. this angle will be theta here. That you can prove. Okay, so that means here if you rotate this plane, red colored plane, theta angle, then here you also rotate that. I mean, Mohr circle also I can rotate by theta angle, but in opposite direction, of course. In this system one, I mean in the original system, rotation is theta, clockwise theta means in Mohr circle, anti-clockwise theta we need to rotate. So this is the origin of planes. This point is called the origin of planes, or it is called pole P. So P is called pole. Okay, that is origin of planes. That means the angle changes, means here if you change the angle theta, obviously you'll get normal stress and shear stress. So you understood what is meant by pole here. Okay, ఇందులో ఎవరికైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. ప్రిన్సిపల్ ప్లేన్స్ సిగ్మా, ప్రిన్సిపల్ ప్లేన్స్ అంటే ప్రిన్సిపల్ స్ట్రెస్ సిగ్మా x సిగ్మా y తెలిస్తే అదర్ ప్లేన్ లో నార్మల్ స్ట్రెస్ షియర్ స్ట్రెస్ కనుక్కోవడానికి మోర్ సర్కిల్ మెథడ్ అన్నమాట. క్లియర్ అందరికి? కీర్తి అర్థమైందా? కీర్తి అర్థమైందమ్మా?
yes sir.
ఓకే, జ్యోత్స్న
అర్థమైంది సార్.
okay ma. Now suppose if plane is like this, suppose the plane is like this, planes are like this, suppose it's a kind of parallelogram. Okay, parallelogram like this. Suppose here this is sigma y and this is sigma x. Okay, see, try to understand here. Sigma x is acting on vertical plane. Sigma y is acting in vertical direction, right? Sigma x is acting on vertical plane. Sigma y direction is vertical. Sigma x is acting inclined direction. Parallel to that, the plane, I mean, on which sigma y is acting on inclined plane, but sigma x direction is inclined, parallel to that. Okay, so if stresses are like this, these stresses are called conjugate stresses. Okay, note down what is the meaning of conjugate stresses. Conjugate stresses. Okay, two stresses are called conjugate stresses. Two stresses are called conjugate stresses. When the direction of one stress is parallel to the plane on which other stress acts. Okay, that is conjugate stresses. Okay, now here sigma x sigma y are conjugate stresses. Here sigma x and sigma y are conjugate stresses. Clear అందరికి? conjugate stress అంటే అర్థమైందా? చూడండి, సిగ్మా ఎక్స్ డైరెక్షన్ ఏమో ఇంక్లైన్డ్ గా ఉంది, ఆ సిగ్మా వై యాక్ట్ చేస్తున్న ప్లేన్ ఏమో ఇంక్లైన్డ్. సిగ్మా వై డైరెక్షన్ వర్టికల్, ఎందుకంటే సిగ్మా ఎక్స్ యాక్ట్ చేస్తున్న ప్లేన్ వర్టికల్. సో ఇలా ఉన్నట్టయితే దీన్ని ఏమంటాం? కాంజుగేట్ స్ట్రెసెస్ అంటాం అన్నమాట. అర్థమైందా కాంజుగేట్ స్ట్రెసెస్ అంటే?
yes sir.
ఓకే, Now, how to draw Mohr circle for this conjugate stresses like this? Okay, for this system, how to draw Mohr circle we will see. Okay. Suppose this is the Mohr circle. How to represent that sigma x, sigma y here? See, these are sigma x, sigma y are not principal stresses. Okay, sigma x, sigma y are not sigma x and sigma y are not principal stresses. See, in previous case, sigma x, sigma y are principal stress here. Okay, principal stress means no shear stress. Okay, on the plane, no shear stress means that is principal stress. But here, sigma x, sigma y, those planes, shear also will be there. Okay, so those are not principal stresses actually. So how to represent here means one technique is there. Just follow this technique. Suppose if you draw a line here. Suppose if you draw a line here. Here the direction is, suppose this inclined plane is I inclination. Okay, I inclination. See, this inclination is here. I put I inclination and draw. So then this point is representing here sigma x. Sigma x. Okay, because the sigma x inclination is I with horizontal. This one. See, this is I with horizontal. Sigma x is acting I with horizontal. So that is sigma x. Now this point is pole. This point is pole now. See, that line is intersecting other part of circle at P, which is called a pole. Okay. Now, if you draw a, see, sigma y is vertical direction. So from pole, if you draw a vertical line, from pole, it intersects at this location, right? So that is sigma, the intersection, this one, vertical line we are drawing here up to this one. Okay, so this point is now, this point is sigma y. Okay, that means sigma y means, see, this horizontal distance is sigma y. See, this one, this is sigma y. Up to that point, horizontal distance, whatever is there, that is sigma y. Similarly, here this is sigma x. Up to this point, whatever distance is there, that is sigma x. Okay, so this is the representation of conjugate stresses like this. So we need to understand here what is pole. See, from pole, if you draw a line, see, now you try to understand. From pole, if you draw a line with I inclination, you will get sigma x. The line which is intersecting, where it is intersecting that circle, that point is sigma x. If you draw a vertical line from pole, it is intersecting at this point. Let us assume this is A, this is B. That A point, so origin to, this is origin, means origin to A, horizontal distance is sigma x. If you draw a vertical line, it is intersecting at B. So origin to up to B point, horizontal coordinate is now sigma y. This is the representation of sigma x and sigma y in Mohr circle. ఇది మీకు అర్థం అవ్వాలన్నమాట క్లియర్ గా. ఎవరికైనా డౌట్ లేదనుకుంటే ఇంకా మనం ఎలా డ్రా చేస్తున్నాం అనేది మీకు క్లియర్ గా అర్థమైపోయింది. సిగ్మా ఎక్స్, సిగ్మా వై కాంజుగేట్ స్ట్రెసెస్ ని ఎలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేసామో మీకు క్లారిటీ వచ్చేసింది కదా. పోల్ని ఎలా ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలో కూడా మీకు అర్థమైపోయింది అనమాట. శ్రీనివాస్, అర్థమైపోయింది కదా?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే. జోష్న, క్లియర్ కదమ్మా?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. Now we will see how to find Rankine is active at weather coefficient and all. Okay. With this background, we can go ahead. Actually, Rankine assumed that the lateral stress is lateral stress. Lateral stress means the stress on the wall. Okay, lateral stress is parallel to the inclined backfill. Inclined backfill. That means he assumed like this. Suppose this is the wall. Suppose this is the retaining wall. Okay. Okay, like this. High inclination. He assumed pressure. So this is the wall actually. He assumed that the pressure exactly acts parallel to the, as you go down, obviously pressure increases, but the direction, its direction is like this. That means it gradually increases like this. Okay, I think you understood. So that is the Rankine's assumption. Rankine assumption is like this. The pressure acts in the direction parallel to the backfill itself. Okay, on the wall. That is his basic assumption. And now suppose backfill is in this direction like this. Okay, that direction is I with horizontal. Then take an element like this, a soil element. Like this. Take a small element here, which is Z depth or H depth. H depth from top, okay, from this level. Okay. Now, let us assume this is sigma x. This is sigma y. Okay, sigma y direction stress. Okay. Now sigma y we can calculate actually. What is sigma y basically? Let us assume this width is b. See, sigma y is actually weight of this one, weight of the soil element above that one. Okay, that means so I will mark here weight actually that the soil. So per unit length perpendicular to that bow, I mean screen, you can take a 1 unit length. Okay, so 1 unit length if you take up to here. So what is the total weight of that element? Total weight of that element is, so sigma y you can calculate like this. Sigma y equal to total weight is, see, parallelogram area is how much? BH into cos I. BH into cos I is the I is inclination with horizontal. Obviously, see this horizontal distance is this horizontal distance is b cos I. So b cos I. So h into b cos I, that is bh cos I is the area into 1 is the volume into gamma, that is the weight. Weight by area. Area on which it is acting means b into 1 is the area. So sigma y stress is obviously gamma h cos I. Sigma y is gamma h cos I or sigma b, vertical stress. Okay, if you take an element like this, this is sigma b, vertical stress. Suppose this is, see, active earth pressure or passive earth pressure. Pressure is acting parallel to the inclined field. So obviously in this case here sigma y equal to gamma h into cos I, sigma b. Okay, sigma y or sigma b, whatever. Okay, whatever we use. Okay, sigma b equal to gamma h cos I. ఇక్కడ వరకు క్లియర్ అందరికి? Weight by area is pressure, sigma y.
Okay, sir.
Clear గా? ఏం డౌట్ ఏం లేదు కదా? Okay, then now relationship between sigma b and p we will see. Sigma b and p. Relationship between sigma b and active earth pressure PA. Okay, that is if element is like this, suppose this is sigma b and this is PA, active earth pressure. This inclination is I. So how to find the relation between sigma b and PA we will see. Okay, so for this also we will draw a Mohr circle. Okay, suppose this is the Mohr circle. Here this theory we are restricting to cohesionless soils. So failure envelope is, this is the failure envelope, right? Which is touching the Mohr circle is called, the line which is touching the Mohr circle is called failure envelope. Okay, now the center is like this. From center you can draw a line here. Okay, now it is 90 degrees there. Here it is 90 degrees. Okay, now draw a line, this one. Okay, up to this, if you draw there, and pole you can get. So this point is pole. Let us assume this is A point, and from pole if you draw a vertical line, you will get another point vertical, this one point, B point there, B point here. See, from symmetry, if this angle is I, okay, this angle is I, from symmetry you can see from circle here it is a vertical line, PB is vertical line. Obviously if you draw another line here like this, okay, of course you can draw this line. Okay, now this angle also will be I. This angle is also I here. So now this is origin, this is normal stress, and this is shear stress. Okay, so this okay, one small mistake we did, actually correct that first. That mistake is actually here sigma x, here correct this. This sigma x is not this one, actually sigma y also not this one. that sigma x is this one itself directly. That is the this one. This distance is sigma. Origin to that one, OA is sigma x. So this is sigma x. And this one, origin to B directly, this one is sigma y. You correct that, okay? That means here, this one, okay? Srinivasa, correction చేసుకున్నారా?
Yes, sir.
Origin to sigma x ఏదైతే ఉందో, that distance is sigma, I mean that distance represents sigma x stress, and this O to B, I mean this origin is O means O to B represents sigma y. So conjugate stress లో notations అన్నమాట ఇవి. పొరపాటు నేను వేరే విధంగా చెప్పాను. So that is wrong. OA is sigma x. OA equal to sigma x. Here OB equal to sigma y. Correct చేసుకోండి. Okay. Now similarly here, now accordingly here OA is actually here also OA equal to sigma v. Okay, OA is sigma v, OB is PA, active earth pressure. Okay, OA representing sigma v. See, OA I inclination, so on that plane whatever is acting, that is sigma v. So vertical OB line, I mean PB from pole, if you draw a vertical line that cuts the morsel at B, then OB represents PA. Now very simple. Now the ratio here PA by sigma v. Actually this ratio is called conjugate stress ratio. Conjugate stress ratio. Okay, how to find this conjugate stress ratio means PA by sigma v equal to, see, PA is what? OB by what is sigma v? That is OA. From similar triangles are similar, this one OB equal to OP. OB is nothing but OP. So OP by OA. ఇక్కడ క్లియరా? జోష్నా అర్థమైంది కదా ఇక్కడ వరకు? జోష్నా, కళ్యాణి
వినిపించట్లేదు సార్.
వినిపించట్లేదా? కళ్యాణి నీకు వినిపిస్తుందా ఇప్పుడు?
ఇప్పుడు వినిపిస్తుంది సార్.
వినిపిస్తుంది సార్ ఇప్పుడు.
అర్థమైందమ్మా?
అర్థమైంది సార్.
ఓకే, ఎస్ మా చెప్పమ్మా.
వినిపిస్తుంది సార్ ఇప్పుడు.
ఓకే, డౌట్స్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయి అడగండి ఎవరైనా. జోష్న అర్థమైందమ్మా?
సార్
అర్థమైందమ్మా?
సార్ ఒక డౌట్ సార్.
చెప్పమ్మా.
సార్ మనం ఇందాక ఓబి అంటే సిగ్మా వై అనుకున్నాం కదా సార్.
ఓబి అంటే సిగ్మా వై ఇక్కడ
ఇందాక దాంట్లో.
ఒక్క నిమిషం. ఓబి సిగ్మా వై, ఓఏ సిగ్మా వై, సారీ యా ఓబి, సారీ కరెక్ట్ చేసుకోండి, ఇక్కడ తప్పు రాసాం. ఓఏ వచ్చి సిగ్మా వై, ఇటు కరెక్ట్ చేసుకోండి. ఓఏ సిగ్మా వై, ఓబి వచ్చి సిగ్మా ఎక్స్. ఓకే కదమ్మా? కరెక్ట్ చేశాను అక్కడ. ఓకే, అది మిస్టేక్ అయింది, కరెక్ట్ చేశాను. ఓకే,
సో డయాగ్రామ్ లో కూడా మారుతుంది కదా?
డయాగ్రామ్ లో కరెక్ట్ గానే ఉంది కదమ్మా? ఇక్కడ కూడా కరెక్ట్, ఇది కూడా మాట్లా. ఓకే, సిగ్మా ఓబి సిగ్మా ఎక్స్, ఇది సిగ్మా వై, ఓఏ సిగ్మా వై, అంతే కదమ్మా?
ఎస్ సార్.
ఓకే, now OP by OA is the conjugate stress ratio. See, OP can be OP OA. Okay. OP can be just like this only. And now you see here, you draw a perpendicular line like this. Drop a perpendicular like this. Okay, that is perpendicular here. And let us assume it is D point. Let us assume it is F point. Okay, failure plane. Okay, F point. Let us assume this D. So now you can write like this. OP can be, okay, OP only. OA can be written as OA. Okay, OP also we can write OD minus PD. That is OP. OA is OD plus DA. Okay, this is DP DA. OD DP. Okay, OD minus DP is OP. OD plus DA is this one. Okay. Now these are these triangles you can see. This one if you join, see in these triangles actually, let us assume this is C, central C. See CPD CDA triangles. See this is also radius. CP equal to CA, right? CP equal to CA, obviously CP equal to CA because both are radii. Okay, radii of the circle. From this, PD equal to DA. PD equal to DA. So in place of PD or DP, DP equal to DA. DP equal to DA. So you can write OD minus DP by OD plus, in place of DA, you can write DP. Okay. Now, what is OD? OD can be from this triangle. ODC and this is I. So OD can be written as OC into cos I. Okay, OD equal to OC into cos I. That is OD. What is DP? DP can be written as square root of CP square minus CD square. So you know CP is radius which is equal to CF also. Therefore DP equal to square root of CF square minus CD square. So what is CF from this triangle? This is pi angle. See this is failure plane angle, right? Pi. This is F C O. From this actually CF is how much? CF equal to OC into sin pi, right? So then DP equal to what happens? Square root of CF square means OC square sin square pi. CD means CD. CD triangle also already. Oh yeah, CD equal to how much? In this triangle, CD equal to OC into sin I, right? CD equal to OC sin I. That means OC square sin square I. So OC square can be taken out. So OC into root of sin square pi minus sin square I. This also can be written as OC into square root of cos square I minus cos square pi. How? Sin square pi can be written as 1 minus cos square pi. Sin square I can be written as 1 minus cos square I. So that 1 gets cancelled. Finally, you get cos square I minus cos square pi. That is DP. So now we will substitute here. OD can be written as OC cos I minus DP. DP is what? OC into root of cos square I minus cos square pi divided by OD OC cos I plus dP, that is OC root of cos square I minus cos square pi. So OC gets cancelled everywhere. So cos I minus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi divided by cos I plus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi. That is PA by sigma B. But we know what is sigma B from previous slide. What is sigma B? Gamma H cos I. So PA equal to sigma B is what? Gamma H cos I into this one, okay? Cos I minus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi divided by cos I plus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi, okay? Or PA equal to, from this, PA equal to Ka gamma H, where Ka equal to cos I into cos I minus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi by cos I plus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi. That is PA. Suppose if I equal to 0, what happens? That means the inclination is 0. Then what happens? Ka. So cos 0 degrees into cos 0 minus cos square 0 minus cos square pi by cos 0 degrees plus cos square 0 minus cos square pi, which is equal to, so Ka equal to cos 0 1 into 1 minus root of 1 minus cos square pi by 1 plus root of 1 minus cos square pi, that equal to 1 minus square root of 1 minus cos square pi is sin pi by 1 plus again sin pi Ka. See, original we recovered our original formula, right? So this is general formula. Okay, if backfill is inclined, then Ka formula is like this: cos I into cos I minus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi divided by cos I plus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi. Clear ఇక్కడ వరకు?
Sir.
ఎవరికైనా డౌట్ లేదు కదా ఇందులో? ఓకే, డెరివేషన్ కూడా సింపులే. Now we will see passive earth pressure relation, okay? Relation between sigma V and passive pressure, PP, okay? Passive pressure. So only small difference is there here from active to passive, that I will explain you. That one, first element is like this, Mohr circle directly will draw. Okay, this is Mohr circle and failure envelope. So this is the failure envelope, and if you draw this line, so now in passive case vertical stress is minor, right? In passive case, sigma v is less than, PP. Okay. In previous case, if you see here in this case, sigma v is greater than PA. Active pressure is least one. Passive means highest one. That's why PP is more than sigma v. So in this case, so here sigma v is less means, so this, let us assume this is O, this is A, means this will be the pole actually. So OA represents here sigma v. OA represents sigma v, and from pole, if you draw a vertical line like this, this is B point here. From origin to B point, if you join, okay, so OB represents PP, passive pressure, intensity of passive pressure. Okay, so these angles are actually, this angle is failure envelope is pi. Power cut in the 1 minute wait change. So here this angle is pi and this angle is I. Okay, now from center of the circle to this one is F, and this one, and perpendicular to this is D point, F to D point. Okay, now PP by sigma V equal to, PP is nothing but OB by OA. You know OB equal to OP by OA. That equal to OP is nothing but OD plus DP by OD minus AD. Of course, AD DP both are same. So AD equal to DP. So PP by sigma V equal to OD plus DP means AD. OD minus AD. So again OD equal to OC. This is C. OD equal to OC into cos I. OD. AD. We join this here to here and here to here like this. Okay. AD is what? AD equal to square root of AC square minus CD square. Square root of AC is nothing but radius, that is CF also. CF square minus CD square, that equal to root of, what is CF? CF is OC sin pi square minus CD means OC sin I. That equal to OC square root of sin square pi minus sin square I, that equal to OC into square root of cos square I minus cos square pi. Okay, that is AD value. Now PP by sigma V equal to OD is OC cos I plus AD means OC into square root of cos square I minus cos square pi divided by OC into cos I minus OC into square root of cos square I minus cos square pi. So PP equal to, you know, sigma V. What is sigma V? Sigma V equal to gamma H cos I. So gamma H cos I is sigma V multiplied by, anyway, OC gets cancelled. Cos I plus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi divided by cos I minus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi. So PP equal to Kp into gamma H, where Kp equal to cos I into cos I plus square root of cos square I minus cos square pi by cos I minus cos square I minus cos square pi. So like this. Clear? Everyone doubt like that? Ka Kp for inclined side backfills. Srinivas, clear కదా?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Josna, clear kadamma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kirti?
Yes, sir.
So now we'll see some problems. Suppose one wall is there like this. Some wall. It can be vertical, I mean rectangular, trapezoidal wall or rectangular wall, whatever. Okay. This is the wall. And backfill material is like this. Okay. Then this is I inclination. Then so this is the wall actually. Height is H. The wall height is H. Suppose capital H. Okay. Now pressure distribution, we know. Like this. Okay, pressure distribution is like this. And always the pressure is acting parallel to the backfill top surface, right? So now here, you know, bottommost point PA means total earth pressure equal to half into, okay, PA into height H, okay, that equal to half into PA is what? Ka gamma H is PA into H, that equal to half into Ka gamma H square. Similarly, if you want to find PP also half into PP into H, that equal to half into PP is Kp into gamma H into H, that equal to half Kp gamma H square, where here in Ka, if you want to find formula, cos I into cos I minus square root of cos square A minus cos square pi divided by cos I plus square root of cos square A minus cos square pi. Here Kp equal to cos I into cos I minus square root of cos square A minus cos square pi divided by, sorry, plus,
Sir.
yeah, plus minus cos square A minus cos square pi. These are the formulas, okay? You can find active earth pressure or passive earth pressure like this, and this PAPP acts at, of course, capital PA acts at H by 3 centroid, right? So PA or PP, whatever. It is like this. Example. Some retaining wall, okay? Inclination 10 degrees here. The height of the wall is, suppose, 4 meters. C0, pi value 30 degrees, gamma 18 kilonewton per meter cube. Find total active thrust on the wall in kilonewton per meter. Question can be like this in GATE exam, okay? So straight away you can find first Ka equal to cos I, that is cos 10 degrees into cos 10 degrees minus square root of cos square 10 degrees minus cos square 30 degrees divided by cos 10 degrees plus square root of cos square 10 degrees minus cos square 30 degrees equal to, so cos 10 into bracket open cos 10 minus square root of cos 10 bracket open cos 10 bracket close square minus bracket open cos 30 close square close divided by bracket open square root of by cos 10 plus square root of bracket open cos 10 close square minus bracket open cos 30 close square. Is it 0.652? ఎవరికైనా వచ్చిందా? 0.652.
34 వచ్చింది సార్.
0.349
నేను తప్పు చేశానా? చూడండి ఒకసారి. cos 10 into bracket open
349 వచ్చింది సార్.
minus cos 10 34 వచ్చిందా?
349
ఇంకా ఎవరెవరైనా చెక్ చేయండి.
0.349
నాకు సేమ్ సార్.
ఒక్క నిమిషం. cos 10 into bracket open cos 10 minus root of bracket open cos 10 square minus cos 30 square divided by bracket open cos 10 plus square root of cos square 10 square minus bracket open cos 30 square. 0.3495, okay. Okay. So capital PA equal to half KA gamma H square directly. That is half into 0.3495 into gamma 18 into 4 square. 0.5 into 0.3495 into 18 into 16 అంతేనా 0.5 into 0.3495 into 18 into 60. 50.33 kilonewton per meter, and it acts like this parallel to that at 4/3 meter. Okay, capital PA like this. So suppose find total passive thrust on the wall in kilonewton per meter. Passive thrust means Kp we need to find, cost and degrees into cost and degrees plus square root of cos square 10 minus cos square 30 by cos 10 minus square root of cos square 10 minus cos square 30 equal to, check it how much, cos 10 degrees into bracket open cos 10 plus square root of bracket open cos 10 square minus cos 30 square close by bracket open cos 10 minus square root of cos 10 square minus cos 30 square. ఎంత
2.77.
2.774.
వర్కౌట్ చేయండి దాన్ని మరి. రీకనెక్ట్ అయింది, వినపడుతుందా?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే, అది క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయండి. అది పీపీ ఎంత వస్తుంది క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయండి. మొత్తం ఎగిరిపోయింది రాసిందంతా. సో లాస్ట్ లో ఉన్నా కూడా పీపీ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసేసేయండి. ఎంత వచ్చింది పీపీ? కేపీ ఎంత వచ్చింది అన్నారు?
2.774.
ఓకే, పీపీ
399.6.
ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ద పీపీ. సేమ్ అదే డైరెక్షన్ లో, అదే లొకేషన్ లో h/3 ఫ్రమ్ బాటమ్ నుండి అది డైరెక్షన్ వచ్చేసి ఇంక్లైన్డ్ గా ఉంటుంది. ఒకవేళ మీరు హారిజాంటల్ కాంపోనెంట్ కనుక్కోవాలనుకుంటే, పీపీ యొక్క హారిజాంటల్ కాంపోనెంట్ కనుక్కోవాలంటే దట్ వాల్యూ మల్టిప్లైడ్ బై పీపీ మల్టిప్లైడ్ బై కాస్ ఐ. వర్టికల్ కాంపోనెంట్ కనుక్కోవాలంటే ఇంటూ సైన్ ఐ. మీరు హారిజాంటల్ కాంపోనెంట్ వర్టికల్ కాంపోనెంట్స్ గా విడగొట్టాలనుకుంటే కూడా విడగొట్టచ్చు అనమాట దాన్ని, ఏది పీపీని. సిమిలర్లీ పిఏని మనము కాంపోనెంట్స్ కూడా కనుక్కోవచ్చు అనమాట. ఎందుకు అవన్నీ అంటే, మనము సపోజ్ దాని యొక్క స్టెబిలిటీ చెక్ చేయాలనుకోండి, స్లైడింగ్ ఫోర్స్ ఏంటి? హారిజాంటల్ కాంపోనెంట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఫోర్స్ కదా. సో అప్పుడు పీపీ ఇంటూ కాస్ ఐ అనేది హారిజాంటల్ కాంపోనెంట్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. అదేవిధంగా మనము ఈ రొటేషన్ దాన్ని ఏమంటాము, ఓవర్టర్నింగ్ మూమెంట్ కనుక్కోవాలనుకోండి, రెసిస్టింగ్ మూమెంట్స్ ఓవర్టర్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్ కనుక్కోవాలనుకున్నప్పుడు దాని యొక్క హారిజాంటల్ కాంపోనెంట్ ఇంటూ ఆ టో పాయింట్ అంటే మనకేంటి టో పాయింట్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది? ఇప్పుడు మనం డ్రా చేసిన దీనికి లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో ఉండేది అనమాట. వాల్ సైడ్ బ్యాక్ హిల్ సైడ్ ఉండే పాయింట్ ఏమో హీల్ పాయింట్, ఈ పక్క లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో ఉండే పాయింట్ ఏమో టో పాయింట్. టో పాయింట్ గుండా మీకు మూమెంట్స్ కట్టాల్సి ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఏది? ఇప్పుడు వినపడుతుందా?
ఎస్ సార్.
ఓకే, మీకు ఆ మూమెంట్స్ ఓవర్టర్నింగ్ మూమెంట్ రెసిస్టింగ్ మూమెంట్ కనుక్కోవడానికి పీపీ యొక్క హారిజాంటల్ కాంపోనెంట్ అడిగితే ఇంటూ కాస్ ఐ చేయడమే, వర్టికల్ కాంపోనెంట్ కనుక్కోవాల్సి వస్తే ఇంటూ సైన్ ఐ చేయడమే అనమాట. సో మీకు పీపీ డైరెక్షన్ పిఏ డైరెక్షన్ ప్యారలల్ టు బ్యాక్ హిల్ అనే విషయం మర్చిపోకూడదు. మీరు ఆ ఫార్ములా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలన్నమాట. వెరీ రేర్ గా అడుగుతారు, గేట్ లో అడిగే ఛాన్స్ చాలా తక్కువ, బట్ తెలిసి పెట్టుకుంటే బెటర్ అనమాట ర్యాంకింగ్స్ ఫార్ములా. ఓకే, సరే మరి ఇవి అవన్నీ చూసుకోండి ఒకసారి మరి. రివిజన్ కూడా చేసుకోండి, ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అన్ని ఒకసారి రివిజన్ చేసుకోండి, స్ట్రక్చర్ అనాలిసిస్ కూడా ఒకసారి రివిజన్ చేసుకోండి. కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది కదా అని వదిలేయద్దండి దాన్ని. బెట్టీస్ థియరం కావచ్చు, మాక్స్వెల్ రెసిప్రోకల్ థియరం కావచ్చు, మూమెంట్ ఏరియా థియరమ్స్, మూమెంట్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ మెథడ్స్. ఇంటర్నెట్ బాగా ఎందుకో అన్స్టేబుల్ అయిపోతుంది, నెట్ అయిపోయిందేమో మరి. సరే ఓకే, మరి రేపు మార్నింగ్ క్లాస్ తీసుకుందాం, నో ఈవినింగ్ క్లాస్. ఓకేనా? ఓకే మరి వర్కౌట్ చేయండి. మరి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, మెటీరియల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అన్ని కూడా వర్కౌట్ చేసేయండి ర్యాంకింగ్ సెట్ 3 పైన. ఓకే, ఎండ్ చేస్తున్నాను.